Everybody, it's Patrick at the Pitch Deck, and Rosetta is coming to us, the brand new set at the end of this year. Let's get right into it. All right, with Rosetta coming at the end of the year towards September, as you can see here on the screen, this is pretty much the product sheet that was given to us. They had unveiled the set, but then the marketing assets for the Flesh and Blood TCG.com main website, basically. They have everything for you guys. So I'll put the links down in the description below, but I think this set's going to be a home run. Tales of Aria actually did speak out to me whenever there was an Ice Wizard, Icelander. It was kind of the shift over from Kano because I wasn't doing so much on Kano, really doing so well. When I was on Kano, I couldn't win a lot of armories. I shifted over to Icelander and she was feeling a lot better. I was 3-0 2-1 because it was a different approach to Wizard and I wasn't quite there yet with the combo style for Kano. But we're going to go over just how much is going to change from this set, from the next set, from the previous set, which would be Hearth and Mistfell. When Rosetta comes out, it'll be the previous set, but the current set offers 3 packs. I want to go ahead and get you that information so you guys are understanding. When it comes to the Blitz collection, there was the box that came in with the playmat, which is actually one of the playmats I really want to get straight away. I think this is actually a home run for the playmat. But just go ahead and let you guys know that there's going to be, I'm trying to highlight this, and you can actually see my mouse here. But there's going to be 2 booster packs rather than 3, because I think the four decks themselves equal out a little bit more. So I think that's probably what they're going to be doing. And it seems like it's slightly higher than it was before because of that. I think the previous one, because I did buy it, was 55 plus tax. So this one's going to be slightly higher, about $15 more. But it's pretty cool that they give you the 1,000 count storage box so you can put stuff in just like the other one. And I do want to note that this is going to be pointed out to you guys for the contents that's going to be sent for the set itself. So we're going to have 1 Fable. We're going to have 5 legendaries. Now that's probably because we're only going to be getting the 2 sets. The 2 talents that's going to be coming in. So we're going to have Earth and we're going to have Lightning. We're not going to have Ice this time. Let's go ahead and go down to the characters. Let's see. The world premiere is going to be later on, so I'll probably bring up the up close versions of that when we go to the purple Discord, and it's going to have the spoil cards already. So we're going to get into that a little bit more, but it's going to be Earth and Lightning and no Ice this time. The MSRP for the display is going to be 109. I'm not sure if that is the same as the other ones before. The map is it starts at like 87, right? But I don't know if this is increased or not, so I have to just compare. But we have 1 Fabled, 5 legendaries, probably gonna be a generic legendary to help out other classes that may or may not need some help, or it might be towards some other classes that haven't gotten any love. But I think this is the 2 classes that are pretty much starved for love, and that's why you're probably thinking, what are you going to talk about the wizards and things like that, because wizards are what my channel is about, and mostly Kano. So there will be 49 majestics, rares will be 57, 128 commons, 14 tokens, and then there's going to be 24 marvels. Now let's see if I can pull up. Go ahead and pull up the marketing assets for Hearth and Mistfell. I want to compare actually, so I'm going to see what the comparison is. It did not bring it up. There it goes. Okay, cool. So yeah, same price. Okay, so the same price there. So when you look here, we're getting 6 more marvels compared to Hearth and Mistfell. So this will bring 6. That's going to be insane because I love Marvel artwork. Looks like all the heroes are going to be getting the treatment, which is probably what it's the same amount, but slightly more because there are 2 more heroes that they're going to be adding, plus 4 more, maybe those specializations or something like that. So that makes more sense because 2 heroes each, and then each of those heroes may get specializations, things like that. So There's going to be one cold foil prep. One cold foil once every 12 packs, basically replaces the token like before. Rainbow foil, rares, commons, tokens, and things like that. So that's pretty much what's going to be changing slightly compared to Part the Misfill. Now let's go over towards the official card review of the Purple Discord right now. All right, so we've got the Purple Discord up, so let's go ahead and get to the beginning here. They were very sneakily putting in some of the wizards. We don't know what the wizards are about, but we do know what the young hero Runeblades heroes are going to be about, because they said, Brian Gottlieb said in the reveal that the young heroes change differently to the adult heroes, but I don't know if it's slightly or it has the same flavor, and then it just adjusts a little bit differently. But the first thing to go ahead and put into for the spoilers is going to be Failing of the Crowd is going to be an earth action attack. So this will be for 3 cost red pitch, 3 defense. It will be 4 attack, but it can go up to 8 if there are more than 4 or more in your earth cards in your banish zone. Take note that this says this gets +4. If rules, depending whenever the set actually releases and the cards actually get to be have each note on certain things that may have some confusion. Now that I'm seeing this right now, this might actually be a popper if you have 4 or more earth cards in your banish zone, because it doesn't necessarily say this will be +4 only when it's attacking. So this will probably have a base of 8 or just get a +4, so it goes all the way to 8. So it will be a popper once you get more earth cards into your banish zone. Not necessarily graveyard, but banish zone. This one says banish zone right here. Now when this says when this attacks, you may banish 2 earth cards and an action card from your graveyard. If you do, each hero puts their card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So it's kind of almost like a discard effect, but not necessarily feeling your graveyard like Codex or Frailty does. So Decompose would actually be kind of cool, because then you can start banishing stuff, and then maybe you can kind of recur some action cards from your banish to your graveyard type of thing. You can bounce back and forth. Maybe that'll be a thing. I think that's a pretty cool mechanic keyword that we get to get a little bit of a taste of what the earth might become more in terms of graveyard hate, or not graveyard hate, but graveyard play, which you probably could have graveyard hate in this set because of the mirror match and whatnot. So Florian is a elemental Runeblade hero with the essence of earth, 20 life and then 4 intellect. If there are 4 or more earth cards in your banish zone, he gets, oh no, that's a woman, sorry. She gets, if you are creating 1 or more aura tokens, create that many of those tokens +1. So basically any rune chance that you create is a +1. So it's like static Mauverian, not Mauverian skies, I'm sorry, Mordred Tide. So basically it's kind of like a Mordred Tide once you get those 4 earth cards into the banish zone. So that's all we know about the young hero. Again, the adult hero changes. We get to see a specialization in the only one that was spoiled, I think. Let's take a look. No, we do get Verdant's specialization. So it says create a rune chant or embodiment of earth tokens, so you can kind of change, which is really, really nice. You get to repeat that process a certain amount of times. So that's actually really cool, because maybe you want both, or maybe you want one of each, 2 and 2 type of thing, because if you do have 4 or more earth cards into your banish zone, then you'll get double of each. So if you went to do a rune chant or embodiment, but then you repeat it one more time, then you can automatically get the double of rune chant and the double of embodiment of earth. So whenever you create that rune chant, you'll create 2, and then you create the embodiment of earth, you'll create another one. But you also get to gain a certain amount of life. So I don't necessarily know how this will be in terms for Florian, but this is pretty cool to see you gain a little bit of life. And I'm going to say a certain card towards the end, if I can remember at the end of this kind of reveal and breakdown of what I think would be kind of cool. But actually like look at the outside. This Earth Rune Blade has changed the art. I just noticed that. This is pretty cool looking compared to how the Tales of Aria one was, because it actually slightly changed where you have just Earth only, but not necessarily elemental. So that kind of changes the border, which is really cool. So this is pretty cool for, do we actually want to, let's just do all Rune Blades. So we have Aurora here. We didn't get anything for elemental Rune Blade Essence of Lightning cards, basically any type of lightning Rune Blade cards, but we just got what Aurora will do. Again, it'll change once they go to adult. Once per turn instant, you pay 2. You can create a element embodiment of lightning token, sorry. Activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn. So an attack that basically doesn't have go again, you can make sure you can pop it and give the next one go again. But I think it has to be the one that you play has to have go again. It is a lightning card, not an elemental card. So that might change what Aurora Adult might be about. So the ability would be maybe a lightning card or an embodiment, or sorry, not embodiment, a lightning card or an essence of lightning card. So I mean like an elemental card all the way. So that probably will change slightly. So that's all we got for her. Now we did get Verdant and what her Marvel will look like. I really do like the art that they have here. And I think they also did the adult Verdant of the hero. So I'm going to show you the art for that one as well. It's really cool. It's actually this art right here, but it's there's a full art. Basically the Marvel already was spoiled from them, but this says this is an Earth Wizard action. You pay 1. It's a block for 3 and it pitches for 3. Verdant specialization, you may only have this if your hero is Verdant. Gain 1, gain 1, gain 1. I want you to take note that this says go again. At the very bottom, go again. Usually Earth Wizard actions don't necessarily have go again. Excuse me. We do have 1 or 2 that has had go again. What that typically means is I don't know if the action for your turn will really matter if you gain life. It's kind of just like you deal arcane, but you also deal life, or you gain life at the beginning to kind of know what you're going to be doing. And then you can send out a arcane blast. Maybe that could be what Verdant is about, gaining life as well as dealing arcane, maybe. So this is also something that's been spoiled with the Earth part of the section. Now take note, this says Earth Action Aura, not Rune Blade or Wizard, because this actually works for both. The AMP keyword means the next time you deal arcane damage this turn, you deal +3 to that arcane. Rune chants do actually produce arcane damage, so then you can have your next Rune Blade Rune Chant deal that many damage, which is basically +3. All your Rune Chants get +3. Well, just the first one, I should say, the first one gains +3. So it's a 3 block, 3 cost, red pitch. Go again. When this enters the arena at the beginning of your action phase, amp 3. And then the channel Earth, where you have to make sure that you pitch an Earth card in to keep it going. At the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on this, then destroy it unless you put an Earth card from your pitch zone to the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it. So sort of like all the other channel auras that we got in Tales of Aria. So that's so far all that we have for those. So now let's go to my homeboy Oscilio. I think he's going to be my main. I don't necessarily know if Verdant will be what I like out of a wizard, but I'm definitely trying both. don't harp on that. I really want to test both. I really want to go down which one has a better feel. Maybe I want to go towards Verdant when I'm feeling a little bit of the Icelander flavor, where maybe it might be slightly more control-y, tempo-y, but ice is very different from Earth. So for this, we have an elemental wizard hero that has the essence of lightning. It didn't show it on the front, but we do have information that he's going to be the lightning hero or wizard. So for this one, they had put into the spoilers that it's going to be a instant aura lightning. So what's her name again? Aurora can also play this as well. So the first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn, draw a card. It's gonna be a 0 cost yellow pitch, and you can basically play this at instant speed during your attack phase or reaction phase if you were going to be Aurora, because it's going to be mostly for the attacks. Like a go again attack, you can just draw the card. At the beginning of your end phase, the same thing. You have to make sure that you have lightning cards in your pitch equal to the number of flow counters to keep it onto the field. I don't know necessarily how much this will be playing into Askelio, because there is this one little card called Brainstorm. If you don't know what Brainstorm is, I'm going to bring it up for you guys right now. Let me just go ahead and switch over for you guys. So let's go ahead and bring up February. Now bring up Brainstorm. So Brainstorm says until the end of your turn, your hero, the hero text, gains this text. Whenever you draw a card this action phase, deal 1 arcane damage to any target. So there is the possibility that he could be about drawing a whole bunch of cards with Brainstorm. Not necessarily with Brainstorm drawing the cards, but you get a lot of draw card ability effects going on because of Channel Thunder. So this is Tales of Aria lightning action aura. It does have game go again. So it's going to be a yellow pitch, 1 cost 3 defense, go again. Whenever you play an action card, you may pay 1. Excuse me. If you do, it gains go again. So that means all of the wizard action cards that you would play that is a little bit more action point starved, you get to have this to be action points effectiveness, and you can just pay 1, keep the actions going. By draw card, Toma Find Out, if you have a blue, you can pay an additional 1 into it. You gain 2 cards, but then you ping 2 from Brainstorm, and you keep the train going. It's also going to be dealing damage, so maybe whenever you have Channel Lightning Valley, this can help you also draw cards and ping a little bit more. But it's also the first time, so it's not necessarily every single time that you get a card, or so whenever you deal a card, you kept drawing cards. Of course, that'd be a bit busted. That'd be just straight up banned already, which kind of sucks. But no, this is actually a pretty good combination. There are going to be a lot of different theories about what he can do. Take note though, a lot of the Tales of Aria cards that is going to be in Tales of Aria, it's going to have it to where you can still use the legendaries, which will be, give me 1 second to bring this up. Keep note that did it not come up here? Let's see real quick. Give me 1 second here. There we go. So with this, Crown of Seeds is banned probably because they knew that the Earth heroes are going to be coming up, 2 of them. So this is just one of the most broken legendaries ever created. So they don't want that to be in there. But they didn't say anything about Shock Charmers. Shock Charmers is going to be one of those things that we can put into either of the lightning essence of lightning heroes, or the elemental heroes basically. But this will have spell void because that's kind of annoying. That's always been an annoying thing. Kano is probably going to be having a slightly difficult time when it goes into shocked armor, AB2 already as a natural type of deal. When it comes to going against Askelio, again, we don't necessarily know a lot of the things that he's going to be needing from Tales of Aria. That is one of the things that he can put into his equipment suite. Blink is another thing that allows him to gain action points, and it is a blue, but it doesn't block. Typically wizards in general don't block very well. Iyslander did, but she had a little bit of a controlling tempo style. He may not necessarily have that same style. When it comes to Flash, we might need this as a way to gain more action points with Go Again. Maybe the blue might be a better way to approach the deck building. He may be all about yellows, so maybe yellows as in 1 or greater might be the thing to go with. Weave Lightning does not necessarily play into his wheelhouse unless he is more of the Iyslander, where he will have attacks into it, so Weave Lightning may not be the best. Ball Lightning can be part of his repertoire because of the fact that a lightning or elemental action card, not necessarily attack, deals damage. It will deal that much damage +1, but this does say this combat chain actions die as soon as they play, so no, they're not part of the chain. So that is probably some other rules that we'll probably have to find out. I can probably ask the judge and find out then. Joshua might change what this does. The reason why this was banned is actually because of a lot of a rules nightmare that this card brought. So it remains to be seen if this still is a card that will see play. This will probably see play in his. It's just kind of like a 4 go again type of thing from Arsenal. Destroy something, maybe like an angel from Prism, maybe that might work. Heaven's Claw might be one of your main staples, as it's an attack. We're probably not going to be going off the top like Kano, so this can be a blue block 3, and it's a lightning card, so you can fuse some of things, so that's probably going to be a mainstay. I don't know, so I'm not so sure about Shock Striker. It's an attack for 1 for 5. It's really nice. You can get it to have Go Again. It's a 1 for 5, and then you can pay into something for Arcane right afterwards with the 2 floating. But not necessarily sure about that. Electrify will probably be a mainstay just from the blue standpoint, because if it is played from an Arsenal, you just get the draw card effect, and if you have Brainstorm active, then you can get the ping from drawing the card and just getting more resources that way. Amulet of Lightning. Now this will probably be into the wheelhouse of his because it is a blue. It doesn't block, but you get to destroy it and target action card again, not necessarily an attack. It will gain Go Again, but you can only do it if you've lightning fused, which I'm sure that there'll be lightning fusing going around. Now there will be the fact that Essence of Lightning for the elemental wizard actions may not be that many because of the fact that they have to separate for 4 heroes now, where they have to do elemental rune blade for lightning and earth, and as well as elemental wizards for lightning and earth as well. So he may not, I think it's just a robot, so it may not be getting a lot of love from the elemental side, so we may have to change up a little bit how he goes. Flashback maybe. So sorry, I'm seeing flash as I was going up. Snapback might be the way to go as well in terms of how you might want to build them. Now we can touch on some of the earth. I've actually never looked into how Verdant will be for this. We can actually bring up Rosetta here. So some of the, okay, so here we go. that all of the stuff that they kind of previewed, they really don't have Osceola up or Verdant up because they're not necessarily spoilers that show what they actually do. So that's pretty cool. They're actually just saving that for later on. So let's see really quick. Ooh, I get to see the little wizard here. Nice, nice, nice. So it's kind of greenish looking to it. They kept the same one, so they keep the elemental rune blade, same thing. That's pretty cool. All right, so what I was going to look at is some of the things that they can use, that Verdant can use for her earth cards. So maybe you might get Tome of Harvest. You can bring this in, draw 3 cards, and then you can put an additional card to the bottom of your deck, and then gain a whole bunch of cards to fuel your maybe gain life progress that you would otherwise not be able to do because you have a lack of cards. Evergreen can be kind of a fatigue style that you can just keep in the deck for a potential attack as a popper. You can play it from Arsenal and still get the fatigue to help out from fatigue, things like that. So it is a breakpoint, so that might be nice. We don't know if she'll be more attack oriented as well. So let's see. I'm not too much. I don't know too many of the Earth action cards here or Tales of Aria because I wasn't a Briar fan. So we can banish this. That might actually play in her wheelhouse. Putting things to the bottom of your deck might be nice, but then you're banishing this so that it is an earth action and it goes straight to your banish zone. So it feels your banish. That might be good. So I think the only thing I can think of is Sotomara might be the best for her. I don't necessarily know if Summerwood Shelter is something that she would like. Maybe defending and gaining life and things like that. There is Rejuvenate. You can play as an instant, but I don't necessarily know. Yeah, you probably play it as an instant and fuse it as those. Like you can kind of like do elemental wizard earth stuff and then fuse it and then gain the life back through instant means. Was probably pretty cool. Entwine Lightning as well as Entwine Earth. This is fused, it just gains the amounts of damage, basically a +2 or yeah, for all of them right here. So I don't know about that. I don't know if that's really needed, but maybe Entwine Lightning is going to be a pretty good main staple for both of the lightning heroes. We'll have to see how that goes. This one is Earth. I think this is a combination of these here. This is Elemental Rune Blade. This is Lightning inspired. So a lot of the things that Florian, she might have a leg up because she's already got so much of the Rites of Replenishment, which is an Earth Fusion, and it's going to be an Elemental Rune Blade attack. There's a bug in here, a little gnat coming in here. So there's Florian, she's gonna have like a leg up on the card pool selection. So maybe they'll have a slightly more cards for Osceola and Verdant. That might be a thing. She won't have access to Essence of Lightning because it says Earth and Lightning for Briar, of course. There's a lot of different cards that you can take from Aria and apply it to Rosetta. I don't necessarily know if, I know this is kind of flipped around, but Corsham might be a thing. We don't necessarily know because if you do gain life, that is one of the things to keep it into the keep the aura into the arena. So that might be a thing. A lot of different things that are I'm pretty excited for. I think the one thing that I do want to point out is that this is going to be a less generic focus for Wizards, and I'm kind of sad about that because I do love Kano. If you watch my channel, then you know I'm all about Kano, but not necessarily just Kano. I do have Icelander cards that I love and play with, and I actually recorded a few games. I might toss them onto the channel, but as a way of saying, oh, we have Rosetta coming out, then I'll toss them. I actually did a couple days ago, but we'll toss that up there. And I'm all about wizards just in general, so anything that tickles the wizard fancy of throwing arcane as well as doing things at instant speed, I think that will just be the focus of the channel. So hopefully you guys got some ideas. You can toss in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think that the spoilers that we got. What possible abilities do you think that we can get from Verdant or from Askelia, because we have them in the comment, or these things right here. And let me know what you guys think. What will you guys be playing whenever it comes to what heroes look cool, or what you guys think the which hero might appeal to you the most? Maybe the art might be the most. Actually, I was gonna say I wanted to go to the to show you guys the adult hero for, she looks so good. Like, this is actually really, really good. Give me 1 second here. There we go. So this is the art for Heartbeat of Candlehold. So I think this is adult Verdant, but not necessarily the Marvel itself. Yeah, so this is just the card art, but this gives you a way to look at what she can be whenever she becomes an adult. But I don't necessarily know if that's Heart of Vendo right there or not. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I really want to know y'all's opinion, and I'm down to play Askelia to death do me part. I really do. But I want you guys to know I am a Necromancer fan, so once the Necromancer comes in, if that playstyle appeals to me, I'm going to be doing some of that as well. That's going to be way into the future whenever they get to that point. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are excited as much as I am. Thanks.